Welcome back, and today I want to show you how to layer in B-roll to take your edits from basic talking head clips to truly cinematic stories. Adding that second layer of footage is the secret ingredient that keeps your audience glued to the screen instead of clicking away. I'm going to share some workflow hacks that speed up this whole process, including how to use tools like Vizard to make your editing life much easier. First, let's define what B-roll actually is. It is the extra footage that supports your main story, providing the visual context to keep things engaging. If you are filming someone talking directly to the camera, B-roll is the visual glue that fills the empty spaces and illustrates what they are saying. It gives your viewer's eyes something fresh to land on, which prevents the monotony of a single static shot for the entire duration of your video. Step 1 is simple. Just drag your main footage onto the primary track of your editing timeline to act as the anchor for your project. Watch the clip through a few times and mark the natural pauses or key moments where the speaker mentions something specific, because those are your gold mines. Now for step 2, you need to add an overlay track which allows you to place your secondary footage right on top of your main talking head clip. Once that B-roll is sitting above your main clip, don't be afraid to crop, zoom, or reposition it to fit perfectly into the frame. A great professional move is to turn your B-roll into a tasteful close-up so it complements the primary shot rather than clashing with it visually. Always keep negative space in mind, so if your subject is on the left, try placing your B-roll on the right to keep the overall composition balanced. Never cover up essential details like faces, but instead use that overlay space to show off tools, products, or relevant environment details. Moving to step 3. If you need to fill multiple empty areas, just duplicate that B-roll clip and drag the copy to a different track. This technique is incredibly useful for creating professional split-screen effects or simply echoing a visual motif throughout your video sequence. Step 4 is all about the rhythm. So make sure to trim your B-roll so it starts exactly when the speaker mentions the subject and ends when they finish. If a B-roll shot lasts a bit too long, try slowing it down or speeding it up slightly to maintain the right energy for your video's pace. In step 5, start playing with the opacity and transitions because subtle fades can make your cuts feel much smoother and less jarring. Sometimes, dropping the opacity of your main footage to about 80% with the overlay on top creates a really clean, sophisticated look. Remember that the viewer should feel the pacing shift, but they shouldn't be overly aware of the technique you use to get there. Pro tip: take a moment to color grade your B-roll, because matching the color temperature to your main footage makes everything feel cohesive. Small contrast adjustments go a long way in preventing that pasted-on look that can distract your audience from the story. Now, let's talk workflow, because doing all of this manually is fine for one video, but it gets incredibly tedious when you have a whole backlog of content. Tools like Vizard are game changers here because they don't just chop up video randomly, they actually find the viral parts for you. Instead of scrubbing for 15 minutes to find a beat, Vizard suggests clip boundaries, which saves you a massive amount of time in your production pipeline. You don't want to spend your whole life editing for the sake of editing, and Vizard helps you stay in that sweet spot between automation and creative control. It handles the repetitive stuff like finding key moments, but it still leaves you in charge of the style, crops, and transitions that make the video yours. Next is the scheduling puzzle, because if you aren't posting consistently, you are going to struggle to build that traction you really want. Set a specific cadence for your channel, like 3 times a week, and use tools like Vizard Scheduler to keep everything running on autopilot. Low-effort consistency is the name of the game, and it absolutely beats those sporadic bursts of content that leave your audience guessing. My old method involved exporting dozens of clips and manually uploading them everywhere, which was slow and prone to annoying errors. The better approach is using a platform that combines intelligent clip generation with direct scheduling, so you control the creative while the system handles the busy work. Let's touch on creative variations, where you should try swapping up your style by using reaction shots for emotional stories. You could also insert close-ups of hands when explaining a complex process, or use wide establishing shots to set the scene before a sharp cut. Don't forget the audio layer, because lowering your main track slightly when the B-roll is visually important makes a massive difference in quality. Keep those B-roll clips short, ideally within the 3 to 7 second range, to maintain a snappy, professional rhythm. Always have a few backup B-roll clips ready so you can A/B test them quickly to see which visual lands better with your specific audience. If you are repurposing long-form content, prioritize the moments with strong hooks, as those are the parts people are most likely to re-watch. In final thoughts, remember that B-roll is one of the most effective ways to upgrade your content without spending thousands on new gear. Focus on your editing choices, like composition, timing, and blending, and you will see your channel's production quality skyrocket. Automate the heavy lifting with tools like Vizard so you can keep your schedule, get your clips out fast, and spend more time being creative. Import that footage, layer in the B-roll, align the timing, and add those small adjustments. You'll have a polished, cinematic look in no time. Go out there and make something great, because once you master this rhythm, editing will become second nature.